I want to give all praises to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahushai. I want to give another double honors to the apostles and elders of GMS, and to all the Akim out there doing the work in sincerity and in truth. So today, I just been basically in the spirit, just write down precepts, trying to figure out really what the spirit is leading me to. And today, while I've been at work and I'm just hearing all the different conversations and just seeing how Jake really is, and it's like they are so far gone. And it's like when you try to direct them in the right way or kind of show some type of righteousness, I shine the light on them, and a lot of them don't like me because of it. So, man, this is going to be, I don't know what the name of the video, but it's going to be about the 2/3. So, I'll start right here in Romans chapter 1, verse 20. For the invisible things of him from the creation of the world are clearly seen, being understood by the things that are made, even his eternal power and Godhead, so that they are without excuse. So to break that down is, let me give you an example. You can see the sun, it comes up, it comes down. We see the moon, it comes up and it comes down. That's how we can tell if it's day or night. Another example. Me, as I'm talking, me manipulating the elements so that the ears can be able to hear and kind of digest and understand what I'm saying. Even language. Now we're gonna go something even deeper. Even the air that you breathe. That's the oxygen in the air. That's the elements. So this lets you know it has to be a higher power. Everything's just always in its rotation. There's the course of its of the direction of its course has not changed, unless something happens to your body to where you cannot breathe, or something happens to your eyes to where you cannot see. So now it's letting you know that these things that we can't really understand, what we really can't basically prove, it lets you know that it has to be a higher power. Who created the oxygen? Who created the sun? Who created the moon? It didn't just pop up out of nowhere, out of thin air. So what that verse basically is saying is they are without excuse. They know that it's a higher power. They're just being ignorant. So I hear Jake all the time, there's no God. There's no God, man. I don't know why you believe that stupid Bible. That's all I hear. People are they're so foolish, and at the same time, they're done. They're finished. Verse 21. Because that when they knew God, they glorified him not as God. I'm reading it verbatim. Neither were thankful, but became vain in their imaginations, and their foolish heart was darkened. Salakia. Their hearts was darkened. Their mind, it was so darkened they cannot see the true beauty of the Most High's creation. They can't see it. They think that it's automatically supposed to be like that. They think that they're supposed to automatically breathe on their own. That the moon's supposed to come up at this certain time and the moon's supposed to come down at this certain time. They don't understand that everything's in a cycle. Ignorantly knowing that it's the Most High doing that. Just as it says. They knew not God. They glorified him not as God, the Most High. Neither were thankful. They're not thankful that they're breathing. They're not thankful that they're able to move all their legs and limbs. They're just sottish children. But became vain in their imaginations. They started to go off and think of all these other different philosophies out here to say, oh, this is the reason why the moon comes up. This is the reason why we breathe. This is their vain imaginations, and their foolish heart was darkened. This is why they're so far away from the Most High. The Most High has rejected them because they reject knowledge. Hosea 4:6. Verse 22. Professing themselves to be wise, they became fools. They became fools with all these different philosophies, all these different religions. They're going after all these other stuff that's out here that was supposed to deceive the other nations, and they were supposed to be the only ones basically believing in this Bible. Believing in the word. Believing in Yahweh Shai. Salakia. Believing in Yahweh Shai. Verse 23. And change the glory of the uncorruptible God power into an image made like to corruptible man, and to birds, and four-footed beasts, and creeping things. And I gotta I can't remember that. I believe it's in Deuteronomy when it was said they were deceived for the nations. Salakia, give me a second. Who was it? 22? Salakia, I'm still checking. I think I got it in my Bible rolled down. Salakia, give me a second. I must have passed it 13. Okay, let's read from 13 down to right here. Right here. There we go. This is going to go with the precept of 23. And, Salakia, Deuteronomy 4:13. And he declared unto you his covenant, which is Israel, which he commanded you to perform, even 10 commandments. And he wrote them upon 2 tables of stone. And the Lord Yahweh commanded me at that time to teach you statutes and judgments, that ye might do them in the land whither ye go over to possess it. Take ye therefore good heed unto yourselves, for ye saw no manner of similitude on the day that the Lord Yahweh spake unto you in Horeb out of the midst of the fire. Verse 16. Lest ye corrupt yourselves, and make you a graven image, the similitude of any figure, the likeness of male or female, the likeness of any beast that is on the earth, the likeness of any winged fowl that flieth in the air, the likeness of anything that creepeth on the ground, the likeness of any fish that is in the waters beneath the earth. Verse 19. And lest thou lift up thine eyes unto heaven, and when thou seest the sun and the moon and the stars, even all the hosts of heaven, shouldest be driven to worship them and or serve them, which the Lord Yahweh thy God, thy power, have divided unto all nations under the whole heaven. Right here. So this is the point that I'm trying to make. All these things that you see, the likeness of any bird, everything that I just named up there, creeping things, anything that is beneath the earth and in the heavens, these other nations worship that. That was what the Most High was intended for this to happen. This is how you get all the different philosophies and all the different gods that are out there in the world. These are things that people worship. Verse 20. But the Lord Yahweh have taken you. So when he said he is taking you, he's taking Israel separate from all those other nations. Catch the point. And brought you forth out of the iron furnace, even out of Egypt, to be unto him a people of inheritance, as ye are this day. So the Israelites are supposed to be separate. They're supposed to be holy, way separate from all the other nations, and they are supposed to be unto Yahweh B'Hashem Yahweh Shai. Only the Israelites. All the other nations, the Most High doesn't care. He gave them up so they can worship the moon. They can worship the stars. This is why you have all the different gods out there. And our people are so foolish. We're trying to tell them who their true power is, but they want to go and chase after all these other different philosophies that's out there in the world, that the world needs to be. That's what they need. That's what they need. That's where they need to be at. Slakia. They need to be there. They need to be worshiping all that other stuff to where until Israel is able to come back to Yahweh. Until we're able to make a new thing in this earth with Yahweh Shai. But the thing is, 2/3 of our people cannot see it. They're not going into the book. They're not going into the scriptures. They can't see Deuteronomy 7. Let's go to it. Deuteronomy 7:6. For thou art an holy people unto the Lord thy God. Thy Lord thy God power have chosen thee to be a special people unto himself, above all people that are upon the face of the earth. So 2/3 of our people cannot get that in their head. They're so deceived. They worship this. They worship the beast. They worship this white man. They worship Esau and all these other nations before their own power. And this is why 2/3 have to go. 2/3 you have to go, man. It makes no sense. You got the brothers we out here. We trying to wake you up. We trying to show you. You kiss. Basically you're kicking out of basically you're shooting the bird at us. You're cussing us out. You're doing all type of wickedness. But we're gonna get into that, man. We're gonna get into that. Let's go to Proverbs chapter 1. Gonna start at 22. How long, ye simple ones, will ye love simplicity? How long, you 2/3? How long is the 2/3 going to love it? They're going to love it all the way till the end. Until Esau comes and slices the damn head off. That's how much simplicity they're going to love. They're going to have to watch their children die. They may have to even eat their own children. It's going to be so bad to where our people are just going to stay foolish all the way up until the end. But then when the end is manifest, this is when they're going to see. They're going to see everything. They're going to see everything. They're going to be like, all those brothers was trying to tell us. We didn't listen. They're going to be foolish in that day. How long, ye simple ones, will ye love simplicity? And the scorners delight in their scorning, and fools hate knowledge. Fools hate knowledge. That's what 2/3 of our people are. They're just foolish. They hate knowledge. We try to tell them to give them, try to give them some wisdom, some knowledge, trying to show them who they are. They just want to be all around folly. If it's folly, if someone's making up a new dance, they trying to figure out who's making enough money, who can fuck who, cheating on their brother's wife, and man, all type of wickedness, man. Committing adultery, fornication. Not only against themselves, against the soul and the spirit, they even doing that against the Most High. We just see it's just wickedness and folly all in really in Israel, but the 2/3 of Israel. Just because they hate knowledge. 23. Turn you at my reproof. Behold, I will pour out my spirit unto you. I will make known my words unto you. 24. Because I have called and ye refused, I have stretched out my hand and no man regarded. Right. No man is regarding. The prophets are out there in the street. We're making videos. You can look at them day in, day out. It's all across the internet. So in that day, the Most High is going to say it's going to be without excuse. It's going to be a without excuse. The only person you can be mad at is yourself. (24) Salakia 25. But ye have set at naught all my counsel, and would none of my reproof. This is the Heavenly Father speaking right now. He's saying he got his hands out. He got his hands stretched out, and y'all don't even care. He's screaming to y'all. And the people, the 2/3 cannot hear it. They cannot hear it. That can go into a deeper lesson, really, because the Most High already blinded them to the reason why they can't hear. But it's like we see it, and it just drives us crazy because we get to see it, and it's like, man. But really, when you get the wisdom and the true understanding of it on a deeper level, you'll see that it really wasn't meant for them. But really, in the flesh, we see it and we get angry. We're like, oh man, they can't get it. Why? Because they just deceived. They're just gone. They're finished. 2/3 are just finished. Esau got their mind. They love the devil more than they love Yahweh Bahashem Yahushai. Verse 25. But ye have set not at all my counsel, and with none of my reproof. I also will laugh at your calamity. I will mock when your fear cometh. When your fear cometh as a desolation, and your destruction cometh as a whirlwind, when distress and anguish cometh upon you, then shall they call upon me, but I will not answer. They shall seek me early, but they shall not find me. For that they hated knowledge. They hated knowledge. All because they hated knowledge. This is what they're going to have to receive. And did not choose the fear of the Lord Yahweh. They would none of my counsel. They despised all my reproof. Therefore shall they eat of the fruit of their own way, and be filled with their own devices. The Most High said, since you don't want to come to this knowledge, I'm going to leave you over there. I'm going to reject you. I'm going to let you, if you sleep around with men, I'm going to let you burn. I'm going to let your lust burn for you to where you can't hear me no more. I'm going to let you go ahead. You're going to go and you're going to have sex with a whole bunch of other men if all that, for you to have that sodomite spirit. If you're a woman and you living in pleasure, you out there and you don't want to hear the Most High. The Most High said, go ahead. You can go party. You can go drink. You can go get turned up all that you want. The Most High said, I'm going to leave you over there. But then when time and the calamity comes and hit, he says, I'm going to laugh at your calamity. I'm going to laugh when your fear cometh. I'm going to mock you. I'm going to tell you, why didn't you listen to me? I'm going to laugh. Man, the Most High, man, woo. The terrible things to fall into the hands of the Most High. Let's go to Romans. Let's go back to Romans. The 2/3, man, they 2/3 just gotta go, man. The 2/3, they just gotta go. Verse 24. Salakia. Wherefore the Most High also gave them up to uncleanness This is what I was just saying. Salakia. Let me read that again. Romans 1:24. Wherefore the Most High also gave them up to uncleanness through the lust of their own hearts, to dishonor their own bodies between themselves. 25. Who changed the truth of the Most High into a lie, and worshiped and served the creature more than the Creator, who was blessed forever. Amen. Wow. They worship and serve the creature more than the Creator. And who was that we talk about? That creation, really that Creator, that creature, which is the creation of the Most High. That's Esau. They worship him. They worship his ways. They worship all these different philosophies, everything else out there. They worship that more than they worship their own Creator. Verse 26. For this cause the Most High gave them up into vile affections. For even their women did change the natural use into that which is against nature. Sodomy. That's against nature. You can't make another child doing sodomy. You're going against nature. 27. Verse 27. And likewise also the men. So the men sleeping with the men, the women sleeping with the women. He got them burning their lust, and to therefore he reject them. They cannot hear the Most High unless the Most High comes and bring them back. But they're so far gone, the Most High can't do nothing with them. So the Most High just rejects them and leave them. This is the 2/3 that we're talking about. You probably got some of that in your family right now. I know I do. It's a shame for me to really say it, but I have a cousin who is a ultimate sodomite. He's not going to hear this. He's not going to hear the Most High. He hates me. Verse 27. And likewise also the men, leaving their natural use of the woman, burned in their lust one toward another, men with men, working that which is unseemly, and receiving in themselves that recompense of the error which was meet. Verse 28. And even as they did not like to retain the Most High in their knowledge, the Most High gave them over to a reprobate mind, to do those things which are not convenient. And that's what a lot of our people do. They do things that's not convenient to them. It's really destroying them. They're having fun right now, but they don't even know that they're getting destroyed right now. Verse 29. Being filled with all unrighteousness, fornication, wickedness, covetousness, maliciousness, full of envy, murder, debate. This is our people. Listen to the 2/3. Deceit, malignity, whisperers, backbiters, haters of God, the Most High, despiteful, proud, boasters, inventors of evil things, disobedient to parents, without understanding. They have no understanding in them. Covenant breakers, without natural affection, implacable, unmerciful. This is the 2/3 of our people. If you have any of those type of spirits on you, the Most High has to bring you out of that. You're not going to bring yourself out of that. Once you into murdering your own brother, you're going to murder your own brother again. And you're going to want to murder more and more and more. If you want to debate, you're going to debate. You're going to debate the cause. You're going to just keep debating. You're going to debate all the way until your death. All these full of envy. You're going to envy whoever you have to envy. You're going to envy always and forever until your death. If you're haters of God, I know many people, haters of God, they hate the Most High. They're going to hate him all the way until the end. Despiteful, proud. The only way is that the Most High put something in their life in order for them to change. But man, most of the 2/3, man, they already rejected. They are without understanding. Verse 32. who, knowing the judgment of the Most High, that they which commit such things are worthy of death, not only do the same, but have pleasure in them that do them. They have pleasure in doing all those things that I said, all that wickedness. They have pleasure. They have pleasure in doing it. The Most High has to knock them off. They have to, that's the 2/3, man. They finished.